Here is a strange fact. You probably yawned reading the title of this video. Not because you are tired, not because you are bored. Something else is going on, and scientists are still arguing about it. For centuries, people assumed yawning meant one thing. You are sleepy. Your body wants rest. Case closed. But modern research keeps poking holes in that tidy story, and the truth is far more interesting. Start with a simple test. If yawning meant tiredness, exhausted people would yawn the most. But studies show Olympic athletes yawn right before competing. Skydivers yawn before jumping. Soldiers yawn before combat. That is not sleepy behavior. So if yawning is not about sleep, what is it about? The leading theory today is surprisingly cool. Literally cool. Yawning may be a way to chill down an overheated brain. Your brain is a tiny furnace. It uses about 20% of your body's energy and gives off a surprising amount of heat. When it runs even slightly too warm, performance drops. Thinking slows, focus fades. Here is where the yawn comes in. A yawn is a deep, jaw-stretching gulp of cool air. It pulls fresh air across the sinuses, increases blood flow to the skull, and helps dump warm blood out. It is a built-in radiator flush. Researchers tested this with a clever experiment. They had people hold cold packs to their foreheads, then watched contagious yawning videos. The cooler heads yawned far less than the warm ones. Temperature, not tiredness, was driving the response. This also explains a weird pattern. People yawn more in moderate weather than in extreme heat or extreme cold. In a heat wave, outside air is useless for cooling, so the body skips the yawn. The brain is picky about its coolant. Now for the strangest part. Yawning is contagious. You see someone yawn, you read the word yawn, you think about yawning, and suddenly your own jaw is stretching. Why on earth would that happen? The answer lives in a special set of brain cells called mirror neurons. These cells fire both when you do something and when you watch someone else do it. They are the reason you wince when a friend stubs their toe. Mirror neurons are the engine of empathy. They let you feel what others feel without thinking about it. When you see a yawn, your mirror system quietly rehearses the same action, and sometimes it tips over into a real yawn. Here is the wild prediction this theory makes. If contagious yawning is empathy, then the more empathetic you are, the more catchable yawns should be. And that is exactly what researchers found. Close friends catch yawns from each other most often. Family members come next, then acquaintances, then strangers. The closer the bond, the stronger the contagion. Yawns travel down the same map as feelings. Children under 4 almost never catch yawns. Their empathy circuits are still wiring up. Around age 5, the contagion kicks in, right as kids start to read emotions in other people's faces. The timing is not a coincidence. It gets stranger. Children with autism, who often process social cues differently, also catch fewer yawns from others. This is not a judgment about anyone. It is a clue. Contagious yawning is tied to social tuning. And it is not just humans. Chimpanzees catch yawns from each other. So do bonobos. So do dogs, especially from their owners. Even some parrots do it. Contagious yawning is a deep, ancient piece of being social. So here is one big idea. A yawn might be a tiny broadcast. One brain says, I need to refresh, and other brains tune in and sync up. The group ends up alert together, ready together, focused together. That fits the athlete data. A yawn before the starting gun is not exhaustion. It is the brain prepping, pulling in cool air, raising alertness, saying, get sharp now. The mouth opens because the mind is gearing up. It also explains why yawns spread through tired meetings. It is not because everyone is bored, although they might be. It is because brains in a room sync to each other, and a single sleepy signal can ripple through the table. Now let us bust the tiredness myth properly. Yes, you yawn before bed. Yes, you yawn when waking up. But you also yawn during exciting events, during stress, and during transitions between mental states. Yawning marks a shift, not a shutdown. Think of a yawn like a system reset button. When the brain switches gears, from sleepy to awake, from calm to alert, from focused to scanning, a yawn helps flip the switch, cool the chip, boost the blood flow, reboot. So why is reading about yawning making you yawn right now? 3 things are stacking. The word itself triggers the concept. The concept triggers mirror neurons. The mirror neurons rehearse the action. Your jaw gets the memo. There's even a fun term researchers use. They call humans yawn susceptible if they catch yawns easily. Around 60 to 70% of adults are susceptible. If you yawned during this video, congratulations! Your empathy circuits are alive and well. Scientists still do not have the final answer. Maybe yawning cools the brain. Maybe it spreads alertness. Maybe it bonds the group. Probably it does all 3. The little yawn turns out to be doing a surprising amount of work. So next time someone yawns near you and pulls a yawn out of you too, do not say you are tired. Say your mirror neurons are firing, your brain is cooling, and your social circuits are syncing with the room. It sounds much better.